So this is 12 gallons worth of water, and this thing was full. So it'll take you, oh, probably a good 5 minutes for that to completely drain. Winterize new RV, well, newer. The newer ones are a lot easier than the old ones. So you got a short piece of hose, you've got the male end going in where it says winterizing system, and then we turned this to winterize mode, and then so that's just getting ready because that's going to go in a gallon of RV antifreeze. So we'll just stick the end in there. And then I was at the flea markets in Florida looking for the socket that fits the plug, the anode rod it is, and this is a 12-gallon water heater. Which is this one? Suburban? I can never remember. Suburban water heater. So we're going to pull that plug, we're going to drain the water, and then it's very important to remember this, you have to bypass your water heater. So mostly you have just a valve like this now, and if it's an older camper you'll have to go inside, figure out where the back of your water heater is, and bypass your water heater, because you don't want to have to try to fill that with RV antifreeze. You want to just drain it and bypass it. And this is a good time to check your anode rod, and if it needs to be replaced in the spring, then you put a new one in. So I'll show you how that works. So we're just gonna take this out. And you can see there's a lot of Teflon tape, plumber's tape on there to keep it from leaking. So once you loosen it, you should be able to just take it out by hand. You can see this one's getting really corroded, and that will happen. They get really corroded like this if they leak, and unfortunately this one leaked for a while, and it's not good because you could end up having to replace it. You could even do this like mid-year. Let's see what the anode rod looks like. So all of your not all of it, but a lot of your impurities, your calcium and different things will go to the rod rather than accumulate in the bottom of your tank. So that's why these have an anode rod. And if I clean, they're almost like barnacles. If I clean that off, this one's actually not bad of shape. Sometimes you pull them, the whole thing's so corroded, it's just like in pieces. So I'm gonna see if I can salvage this one, might be able to get another season out of it. But you let this drain until there's just absolutely no more water in there. And sometimes I'll even stick my finger in there and try to get out the impurities. If you stick your finger in there, you can kind of feel, you can see the junk come out of there because you can kind of stir it up. You could probably bend a piece of metal or something to do it too, but it's not bad this time. Looks like most of it's coming out. You see, it's all like little flakes of rust and things that will lay in your water tank. All this stuff is not good for your water tank. And I would definitely clean out any of the old plumber's tape that accumulated to make it easier to put it back in and get a good seal. You can see all the stuff that's coming out of there. So this is 12 gallons worth of water, and this thing was full. So it'll take you, oh, probably a good 5 minutes for that to completely drain. But this is a great hot water heater. It's so fast. You could take 2 full showers with this thing, and the recovery is super fast on it, especially on propane. This is an electric and propane combo water heater. And you want to take care of it because they're expensive. I'm really concerned about the rust that's accumulated around that opening. So I did clean those. They look like barnacles off the anode rod. So it's pretty good. I took some steel wool to it, and definitely get another season out of that. Maybe check it mid-season. We're gonna rinse this thing out. Yep, go ahead. Look at the stuff coming out of there. Oh boy. I got a little messy. The driveway is going to be in nice shape. Look at the stuff coming out of there. We have pretty high water pressure here. Look at that. Looks like mud water coming out of there. So you can get a lot of rust accumulated in the bottom of your water heater. But every time I do it, it's a little bit cleaner.
Yeah. Have you done that before?
No. I've only just taken my finger and kind of squished it around to get what's right by the opening. Just have to rinse the driveway off after. Yeah, it's definitely getting better. You get the idea, folks. So I'd say that's pretty well cleaned out. So now we're gonna hit the bypass. We want this to be turned to on. So hot water heater bypass on. That's what we want. Now we're gonna suck the RV antifreeze right into the unit until it comes out pink on all the faucets and the toilet. We're going with the Splash brand, and it's got burst protection up to 50 below, so I really hope it doesn't get colder than that while I'm up in the North Country, because we'll be de-winterizing this in probably January sometime. So we're winterizing it to get us to that point. Stick the hose end in there. Can you tell she's cleaning in here? This camper has been bugging her. We got the electric fireplace on. My old baseball glove from when I was a kid. Still have it. A blue Spalding baseball glove. Played a lot of baseball with that thing. Okay, so I digress again. So you have to turn the pump on, the 12-volt pump, and that's what sucks that water out. Usually I have help. I don't know where she went. So okay, why is there no water? No water coming out. There's some reason for that. Okay, once they run pink, then stop. Should be able to see this level going down. It hasn't used much. There's a full one. Don't forget the shower. Shower and outside showers are often. Okay. It's pulling now. You just got to be ready to switch over to the next one. It usually takes about 2 gallons with this camper. I have 3 in case I need it. Some of the older ones, I just put a submersible pump, do it that way. Pump it right in the city water and then turn it on, and it's pressurized. So if you use the washing machine faucets, which we did when we were in Florida, and you have to remember those too. They had water in them, didn't they?
It's pink.
It's already pink? Well, maybe there wasn't water in there. So we got a short piece of hose that we use for that. That has both male and female on that one. So that could be used for either side. Really, you'd need two though, because this one has to be female for this to do this. Otherwise, that would just come straight out of there. You'd have a real mess. Probably not going to have anything come through there because the hot water heater is bypassed, but we'll see what happens.
That's a lot.
Yeah, so it's just not going into the hot water heater, it's bypassing. So it's a good thing we did that side. Pink now?
Yep.
Alright. So you did the toilet?
Yep.
You did the shower?
Yep.
Both sides? Hot and cold?
Yes, hot, cold, and everything.
On the sink? In the bathroom?
Yep.
Sink in the kitchen?
Yep.
Okay. And the washer hookups, hot and cold. I did the outside faucet. So we should be good, right?
Be good.
And because you ran pink, then it'll have it in the traps, right?
I ran it. I don't know how much went in the traps, but we can always pour some in the traps.
Okay. So this is a pretty good sized camper, but just to show you, it took less than 1.5 gallons. That one's completely empty, and I poured what was left into this one. But this one's about 2/3 full. So I used like 1.33 gallons. That's really not bad. But I am going to pour some into the traps just to be safe. So the way your trap works, to cut down on any like sewer odors or anything like that, keeps water in the actual trap, shaped like an S. So the bottom part, if you can picture it, has water in it. This part right here keeps water in there. So you don't want it to be water. You don't want it to be water. You want it to be this stuff. So give it a little slug. And don't forget your shower. I would say it's a lot of times if water freezes and does damage, it's right there and on the outside one, because people don't run the water up through there. So just something to remember. They don't run the RV antifreeze up through there, I should say. Okay, I think we're done. The next time you got a piece of garden hose you're going to toss away, just think of what you can use for winterizing your camper. Both of these came in pretty handy today.
Good job, folks!